in Dande. In that light, I'll quickly take you through with quotes for this morning, where we'd say, the true measure of a nation is not its report, but in how it protects its most vulnerable people. One more take there. The true measure of a nation is not in its report, but in how it protects its vulnerable people, however. In that light, when the police then pulled Nado the 2025 crime rates report, there is an increase of 0.5%, where in number, then big. Compared to last year, which was 0.33%, now we get 0.38%, with increase in almost all the crime rates there. All the bad things that we think of. The one they brokos now, the one they force themselves past small picking them now, the one that when they take people and picking the holy God knows why they carry them go now, what they call human trafficking now. There's police they say all than they add. In fact, inside the police they report them pull say they give me miscellaneous. So then are the crux of the conversation today. But above all, women and Pikine, we don't get so many fine laws where they protect women and girls in the country. But we get for see Pikine, no say they talk for women and Pikine. In fact, they top it with about 44% there. You go to wonder, who said them lawyer they? Now enough punishment, they give them people where they cause their havoc there. So, or we laws are just fine on papers, but in reality, they're not being practical. Now that not be crux of the conversation this morning. But I'll quickly take you through what's making waves. I mean, we see the Anti-Corruption Commission, they say they sell us. The OC final. Would I get money? So they're saying fully funded 4-story building and land situated at and known as number 8 Kisi Cemetery Road off Peninsula, Ogo Farm, in the western area. They say hosted for sale. They say now unfurnished 2-story building within a other one within a Black Johnson in the western area of Freetong. There's another incomplete 2-story building at Bo, at the southern province of the country. And they say for take note, say the sale will be done pursuant to the following terms and condition. They say a private bid, interested buyers for submit and bid to the Commissioner, Anti-Corruption Commission, Integrity House, Tower Hill, Freetong. They say all bid include all proposed price and potential contingencies will clearly state property of interest and for be submitted on the 3rd of April 2026. So on the screen there, you see the OST, but on the press release, they get different sided. This was taken from the official Facebook page of the SEC Commissioner Francis Ben Kenfala. I could still recall the last time where the OST been come off for the posse, the NIA, and the people are like, no, the color are not like. So you stand a chance. You know, most times when they can find out about odds happening, and you will get explained the kind of wealth you get, the kind of property you get, the money where they take home, maybe in a 1,200 whether the minimum wage. Then you plant a property like this. You know, then get your own fine law. I'm no lawyer here, but as per my understanding, then get your own law inside where talk say, then go take them property, then they, you know, where they sell them and go hand them over to, it go to the government go for Makutanda way there. Away from Dande, we all see where the audit reports come on do. The eye were torn by the Ministry of Health. It not be small allegations here and there. Now this hospital Dande, now that. In fact, they've been taught almost the bulk of it. If you see the own page, and get over how many pages. Look the book self now. So that's all my way they can I gonna say we're also monitoring or watching or been reading the Auditor's General report with them pull. So the Ministry of Health will actually call a press conference. They say they want for set in a record state. Let's just take you through quickly. They say the first pointer there say 1 out of 12 government hospitals have made significant progress with the 30% fund received from the government of Sierra Leone for the construction of new hospitals. The Ministry of Health is in active engagement with the Ministry of Finance to pay building supervisors to clarify work progress and solicit the next tranche of payment for completion. They say 10 out of 13 patients have provided full supporting documents for overseas medical treatment 2 patients sadly passed away, with the remaining 1% travel for his appointment. You get all 59 workers who received either salaries or other forms of remuneration as staff of the Ministry of Health and available correspondence to its effect. I mean, they said so much more na this press release here, so what them pull do it make them call an emergency press conference. But now we standing down there, we see sometime back since last year May, we see the junior doctors one for strike for them fuel and the salaries. But this time around, we actually reached out to the Ministry of Health there when they put out a press release saying if we not get refill, I mean we don't cook until now they give you half. If we not get refill, this is what next we're taking. You know, now this action they take, we say go strike, we go do sit at home strike. Then they also made allegations there that well, their salary is not commensurate with how then they work, and that they call on government for hard on staff for them, but then they do that, and all of those things put in place is there. But when we reach out to the ministry, they say then get a roundtable conversation, they're in negotiations with these junior doctors. Then you come to think of it, even the previous graduation, we only have about 500 doctors we graduate. So you get we watch 8 million people to the numbers of doctors. The case is long, but notwithstanding that, we conversation today centered around the 2025 crime rate report put out by the Sierra Leone police, who say amongst many of the teens that were turned born at roads, now about the 44% of crime against women and children in the country where they talk say it actually don't go up. And all the crime in total way happen for 2025, it go up past 2024. But let's quickly go back in time when they had a press conference and get a summary of the data, and we'll be right back.
This annual crime report provides an overview of crime trends and patterns recorded across Sierra Leone in 2025 and serves as a key reference for informing policing strategies, policy formulation, and crime prevention initiatives. Let us look at the overall crime situation. In 2025, the Sierra Leone Police recorded a total of 34,066 criminal and road traffic offenses, resulting in an overall crime rate of 0.38% compared to 0.33% in 2024. This represents an increase of 0.05 percentage points, indicating a continued upward trend in crime nationwide. Regional crime rate. Crime incidents remain heavily concentrated in urban and semi-urban areas, particularly within the western area, which accounted for approximately 59% of all reported cases. Freetown East recorded the highest number of offenses with 11,603 cases, representing 34.1% of total crimes, followed by Freetown West with 8,487 cases, or 24.9%. Outside the western area, the eastern region recorded the highest number of cases with 4,249 offenses, while the northwest region recorded the lowest with 2,613 cases. Offense prevalence. Offenses against women and children continue to dominate the national crime profile, with 15,188 reported cases accounting for 44.6% of all crimes, underscoring persistent vulnerabilities affecting women and children nationwide, offenses against property followed with 6,848 cases, representing 20.1% of total crimes, while economic offenses accounted for 4,469 cases or 13.1%. Offenses against the person recorded 3,956 cases, representing 11.6%, and road traffic accidents accounted for 2,071 cases or 6.1% of total reported offenses. Crime index per 100,000 people. Population adjusted analysis revealed marked regional disparities in crime levels. The Western area recorded the highest crime index at 1,049 crimes per 100,000 population, far exceeding the national average of 375, confirming a pronounced concentration of crime within the metropolitan areas.
That will be a summary of what happened inside the press conference as to what they put in a paper in words. And for help to talk about this conversation, I get with me Moses Massa, when a private legal practitioner. I mean, most times, then case they can come off from FSU, they can finally go to the law people. And I get with me also Hassan Fuad Kanu, the Executive Director, Youth and Child Advocacy Network. Yakan, na the eight by the case. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Thank you. Morning.
All right. Before I come to the legal man, most times you can start with Una. You did deal with youth and picking them. And this report centered around what one person do to the other person. So it's like you did in between the two. It's either Jogbana or Joe Santigi. And they make up of 44.4% there or so with a crime against women and children. Which do you take first from the reports put out?
Well, first of all, I think it's very good. And the idea behind publicizing incidents of crime that really happen in the country, it gets good and bad effects. And good effects, it help for deter other people, for let them know what they're supposed to do and what they're be careful of Sierra Leone for. Yeah. And the bad effects, it means some investor will use it as a baseline and look at the segments they will talk about, economic, other things. So if you get those in an investor, again family, he can decide to not count my family because that particular country then they do so many things to women and picking them. Yeah, so it will fail the person not doing to picking. The good thing is we economic crime we na in the second or third.
Yes.
Yeah. Instead on another eye opener for a country where you want to make business flow and other things then. And then the second most incident really happen in economic crime, it also they put the country on the crossroad wherein somebody when a criminal businessman, it would a safe haven for him. And but somebody when a genuine businessman, it will also want to know further that okay, if the police don't announce this, what in the judiciary they do? How long did it take? Whether they turn over from the way the case go to court to the way they give a final verdict. You understand? So they go want for do in-depth analysis before ever they take them resources for Sierra Leone. And now like how the world they go, Senegal is one of the peaceful countries with them, and investors then go out for begin for transfer not only the resources but the knowledge to a side which and go safe. So then therefore look at all in particular. So in terms of fragility, these reports they continue for show that we are in a very fragile situation as a country, because if we didn't show for say, for example, last year we get 30-something,000 and this year we get 29,000, it shows that the crime rates they can do. So it encourage other people
But the reverse to get.
But in the reverse, it means so many people get a lot for do. So many people get a lot for do, especially for the two issues that really up on the table. One we get for talk about domestic violence, and then another one we get for talk about economic crime.
Violence.
It means we get for look at within the cause a particular thing there. So you understand? For the area of issues that really happen to domestic violence, whatever violence, whether physical abuse or other things that really happen when I rape or other things, you therefore now begin for look what's in the cause this.
Before Kande, with this report, now some people will be worried about as a country.
Yes. For two things, the geographical analysis of the report. It's also something where you get for carefully for understand. According to population, Freetown hold a quarter of the country population.
About 1 million people.
Yeah. So it means everywhere in Sierra Leone, Freetown get the highest population of any district. And when you look at the crime rate, it also shows that Freetown is highly crimed. You understand? And then second to the east, when you look at the 2020 census, what they try for do, they try for say the population at the east, it don't grow. You understand? And now the police report also they confirm and for talk for say the eastern region, you understand? That is second. Why this worrisome? The eastern region are one of the highest area that they get agricultural produce. The eastern region also they get the highest mineral in terms of diamond and other things that really happen. So it's really for say the one that we did, the activities that really happen in it's something we have to look at. You understand? And then the other thing again we need for worry. For example, in Freetown, where they say get the highest, the eastern part of Freetown contributes for inside the Freetown report, contribute for 60% of the crime that
yes.
Na Freetown,
the eastern part.
What to make this worrisome? The eastern part of Freetown, and then you get the average and the poor people. You know the wealthy people in the eastern.
Mr. Kanula is the man. Not why I this talk with.
Well, you don't go out for year, but when you look at the economic activities and other things, when you look at people living in the eastern. You don't get people living in money man in the eastern. Now average people in the eastern. You get people way now poor people you understand? Now eastern. And then they can tell you by even if you want to do a market analysis, take your market analysis, take the market within the eastern, you compare the price of the market within the western. You go see for say if you go to eastern, you begin selling where they sell in western 2,000, unless you count and go to like a 500 or 1,000. You understand?
Yes.
And so it's tell you for say the people that did not get the economic might for able to reach to the particular custody. Then now you get a crime, you tell you for say eastern, Boku, everything at eastern it get challenge. And get water challenge at eastern, and get transport challenge at eastern, and get light challenge at eastern. So this they also tell the government for say they need for concentrate for how for improve outside the people play also Boku, because if the people decide for say, oh, when they grade again because we will stay too poor, you understand? You will have more people who will come at Eastern, you understand? And we go make sure for say the city will go chaos. Congested. You understand? So we therefore able to look at this report. When we will do situation reports, because we not do them last year, we will do situation reports. One of the side where we get with highest cases them of sexual abuse, the administration already Eastern. From Kisi up to Waterloo, you understand? And this station there, so they get even resistance, there are particular places and then it's the outside them go rape picking or they go waiting and call. When you say the police go, they go tell the person no cow the person.
Because of the terrain?
Well, because of the community mainly resistance, you know, no go with this person. You understand? So when I pull the report, from your experience, because we don't do situational analysis them, a situation reports them where I don't pull on sexual gender-based violence, are able to understand and say yes, this particular report not true. You understand?
Or maybe it had passed, and based on the example we don't give, maybe the number even passed waiting and puts now the data.
That's something we also look at. You understand? Because if maybe there at the press conference, one of the questions I want to ask now, either the case the way they report or the case the way them charge, because you get to that waiting police by the court kept in view. That means to say, if you come report a case to me, and then when I go to the case, I can tell the police. Then the police will still get them, but they need to charge the case, but they also need to let go of and they will keep it inside one particular file where they will call a kept in view. You understand? So you get a particular case then. So if maybe they also they do the report, if I don't ask a question, say, what about them case then they where they abandon?
So we talk that day. Inside the report, there's a part of them puts miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous means to say maybe they kill person, they know a crime, they don't kill person, but they don't offend people who kill them. Then they is different from which we call kept in view. Yeah, wherein somebody go carry report say this man don't rape me picking. Understand? And then they don't try for, they don't do the case, but they need for they need an investigation. But at the particular time of the investigation, the person will rape the picking run away. They don't go to that case.
Or maybe they make peace.
Fine, or they go compromise them. Police will hold the case. Police will still hold the case, they put them down. But they don't charge the case also in the court. Because they don't get enough information, they will make them charge the case, or they don't get the suspects, you understand? So at the end of the day, when they report at the end of that month, they put it on a kept in view.
All right.
You understand?
Okay. So that bring the legal man inside. I mean, Mr. Kanu mentioned something about say they go to court and all the delay. But before we talk about Dande, I mean, what's your take about the police in 2025 crime rate report? Since now I can get, after I don't come out to the police, now on the table it can end now.
Unfortunately, thank you for that introduction. Most times we police the charge, if matter don't kind of court, you know, they end our table. If you are for the prosecution, most times as a lawyer, what you can do, you can just associate. If the person need you for be a lawyer, you are now defending the defendant. So that's what we normally do. But Mr. Kanu just give you yes, a summary of the key things in the report. Well, basically, what I would say, of course, there's an overall increase in crime. That one will not go for the other hand from 29,000 to 34.
30, yes.
And of course, from the statistics, you can now see that Western area, as you say, dominates. Now, of course, you analyze the reason as to why we get this kind, why the West
get this kind,
because you know, the population. Boku as the other area. Then. So, some people in Boku.
To expect more anything.
You expect crime, more especially in this urban free town. I'm not talking about the Western world. Of course, the other notable thing about the report is that crime is rising across all the regions. So the northern region, about 2,000, 1,500 increments. Eastern region, about 1,000, and then southern region, well, about 500 and something. And then, of course, so you now know that trend is nationwide. But Freetown specifically gets alarming.
And so the load.
Yes. But again, when you break down the offenses, you can now see that the offenses against the persons are significant, and they don't increase. When we say offenses against the person, would they talk about assault, robbery, of course, Mr. Yakan with the children's background, talk about sexual penetration or against
women and
girls, and then other violent crimes. You know, them fetch other things. Of course, as you say, the East recorded the highest, followed by this western area.
So.
But again, in this report, it also shows you that you get urban violence hotspots. You know, if you say the east gets increase in crime, then the west get less. It now tells you that what are the drivers? What are the reasons? Population pressure, that is, Usa people reside more. Again, about livelihood, unemployment. People have to find ways to live. So if they wait for leave, some man will go through the informal process for do business or formal way, which they end up to. And for see for other things, you know, for themselves get way for survive. Then you get other social and economic stress. They say, you know, the east, you get challenges in water. All over. Even
I will ask, if you can get light safety net.
Lights now, challenge, transportation. But in this part of the west, you get, you know, because they are surrounded by hills, people they complain when they get water well. In a time like this March, the water table, they go down. So, of course, this socioeconomic stress are all over. But again, when it comes to the northern region, because northwest, you can now see that the north is making now some significant growth in crime. You understand, eh? Either because it's close to Freetown, criminal activity don't increase there, or it can be said the police, the people that complain about they've improved their reporting, and the police in presence, the police are leading now. So we have to know about these crimes. But again, another thing with this report they try to tell you, it gets some policy implication. As Mr. Falvin said, if you are an investor, you see a report where they tell you say crimes on the increase, and capital investment you can do. If you say you can't put your money, it can drive you away. But
so in essence, the report not for common at all?
No, it has to. It is good, but what we are saying, it gets some policy implication that government need for up the game. You understand? For ensure say there is rule of law, safety for everybody. You understand? So that citizens have confidence in the system, and then of course the courts cannot ignore this data. But there is something where I would have loved for seeing at this report. You know, there's a new crime, there's a new act we call the Cyber Crimes Act, and then complain and they don't get some beaucoup police against some of our clients. But unfortunately, I did not see it in this report.
Indicated.
Yeah, so I don't know whether it was an oversight or those complaints are not there. But
so maybe the complainer they go. So
I don't know.
But can each toner?
When they investigate, you see the thing about a crime. When police they investigate, that means these are an offense has been committed.
It's committed already.
So as Mr. Kanu they say, whether they charge or not is their discretion. If they say this alleged offense met the threshold of certain elements, them say yes then they can charge you because the police know say the police they charge you know say not they succeed. Otherwise, you flop the court with unnecessary
cases
issues. So if police charge you, it means they are sure of getting conviction. You understand? But even if they don't get the full, they can get what we call somehow. You understand? You can't go scot-free. That's what I mean police they charge. You understand? So I wonder why that will not see. Then you spoke about these miscellaneous offences, which is really good. But again, I don't know who that put this report together. But perhaps because the criminal offences them beaucoup. So if you say they go tabulate, categorize everything, then you know where for read all of this.
Maybe the cybercrime fall under the miscellaneous.
Now, if you say cybercrime fall under the miscellaneous, then Freetown are 2 normal reports, then the Western area are 7. It's a man who clients say, well, clients they don't own the police. I don't even want to mention it. They don't detain for cyber allegation. Then they charge. So these are some of the issues the way we get. But on the whole, it is good. You understand? So the other thing where this thing I feel say concerning the police the aspect, just talk about institutional reform and capacity building in the sense that we police them, don't forget intelligence-led policing. You therefore rely on information so that you for detect and prevent crime. You understand? Then professionalism, wherein you not just investigate because you want to investigate. You investigate when the particular complaint meets a threshold. You know, you try out for find out and thou see and give advice. Then accountability and transparency. However, it doesn't mean because this report comes out so, means say holistic correct, because there are some offenses that really happen, people don't report at all.
Because it's successful and behind closed doors.
You know, well, the report is good, but it gets a limitation. Because not all, something that everybody can do people learn. Some man not a report at all. But that does not mean the crime did not take place. As you mentioned, let them sexual exploitation cases there. Sometimes people,
we say go left hake.
People compromise it. You understand? So perhaps the true scale of these offences are far greater than waiting the police for capture. So only for do more as a state, and
so which means you will be worried.
Of course, because if you look at some of them thing there, as Mr. say, it gets some socio-economic drivers. People in the not get hook. Because somebody not get hook, pass the listen on that person will pay also. Because somebody they want for eat, eat for almost 3 days. Man, you know, as Bible talking about Proverbs 6:30, you know so.
And I don't mind.
No, but I think what Bible I've forgotten now, but you check on later. It says if somebody will see for it. Where the thief for it. That well, let me not say, because some people think I'm condoning crime. If somebody thief for it, the Bible say sometimes you just let go. But if it's recurrent, it tells you that the state gets some work for do, because you need to ensure say there's an enabling environment where people can go work and then.
But you get people. Look, take for example the economic cases. Amongst the examples where they put inside the forgery, robbery, embezzlement. Some people ended in the office spaces, for example. No go follow call names. Let us take NRA. Let's take the banks there now. You know, they get job, then they work. People are dying to be in their positions. But almost every now and then, I don't take almost million for anyone, or then 3 don't come together. They don't take how many million anyone.
I only wish that the police have not given a sober categorization of them, sir. Because eventually they talk so. If an embezzlement, there are 2 institutions that can investigate: either ACC or the police. You understand, eh? So it depends the where the crime was reported. But when you say economic naya, these are them. It's broad. 419.
Microfinance. Yeah, they give example. Like we give something that you give example.
Yeah, people in the old and company money. They now forgive. Somebody they can't obtain money. So I get land for sale. They are going to pay by obtain money by false pretext. I think all will fall under here. But something that was very interesting to me was seen at this category. That road traffic accident. You understand? Very strange. I've seen 827 now eastern, then western area now 638. There are offenses that way they talk, so then road traffic offenses. Now the one way sometimes where the policeman they don't get issues with the drivers or the board on the street, taking them go to the police station. Because sometimes we see how they settle on the streets. You see policeman make sure somebody cannot and keke or whosoever. You know, you see very close. All of a sudden, not do again, no. But we can sit in our private vehicles. We see the transaction, the bodily transaction. So
this brings me again for ask, what we self can do?
Yeah, well,
because it's like we self don't normalize them. Like nothing. In fact, sometimes we go. Try go talk to this man, but one go.
Well, it depends what you mean by what you self can do. Because sometimes when you are in public transportation, you see. Okay, now let me put it this way. Sometimes I don't want to be philosophical. It not mean say because you not see when the transaction, the illegal transaction they take place, means say you know they will call. That is something else, because sometimes you see them policemen where they hold them traffic offenders there, where they try for negotiate, it did not work, then they carry them go to police station. So I don't know whether in the whole year 827, I am not going to punch holes with this report.
It's 2,000. It's 2,000.
Yes, it's 2,000 total. I'm looking at Eastern. If Eastern, where you say the crime rate, the 827.
So in that case, most of the drivers, Mr. Fuad, they are young people. That now you man them, and look push a bit from the talk to me behind the scene who can see with them then comping then they say the police now you party. Look at also them driving with reckless behavior, reckless act. Where I've back, for example, I can still recall, I see it, yeah, maybe much sense not been there, but there is a law which talks you never even drive with a back. And when they see you, you drive with a back, we see the police, they put them down and tell and say, you know it's not ideal. Now you man there. Today you see the riders, then normalize holding cigarettes for smoke, then they while they claim on top of them, like you're dealing with this kind of people, you know. I mean, how person like able to cushion things and maybe talk to them for ensure say, these are the easy way that they tell you that this they make accident they happen. You careless enough for go make somebody go lost in breadwinner.
In as much as we are really support of maintaining there, I also one follow we like to my brother say, little probe further. The driver will the drive with halfback without getting license.
No, I said
fine.
I
said I.
No, the signal they watch me now.
You understand?
Okay.
And then the driver will the drive with halfback. A good driving school. I'll tell you for say 80% of the people that will drive in Sierra Leone, whether in a private motor car or public motor car or commercial motor car, they're not good driving school. So what you just take him brother say, kala nyama for drive, you take I put I drive. And for them, it's about motion, moving the vehicle from one point to another, and not driving. But driving is a profession. You understand? This is a profession where you for acquire. The reason why they give you a license for any profession and for let you able for date through the standards of the thing there. So you understand? So for me, before we begin to talk about even the crime, we talk about the build-up, the foundation. Waiting at the cost for the driver license. It's right up there, right? When you go for driver license, if not new driver license, is there any requirement that a driving school for recommend you? You get her? It's not compulsory. You can just go, you apply for driving.
But what did driving school expensive?
Many they call it school because it's a profession you are going to take. I can always tell people for say, sitting down here, I get more than 4 professional wasabi. So it means I can change career tomorrow. You can see me the drive. I see me a driver now. You don't go do me nothing. Because me a driver, I get license. And somebody can, I am in service as a driver, for he pay me 1 month done for that driver.
For the driver.
You understand? So not so the issue is that people they look driving as if na leisure. Not a leisure. It's a professional something. So if we talk about you somebody they ride Okada, the person don't get license. I don't believe for say apart from the government's program we UNDP make for train Okada riders in the union, there is any established institution where they train Okada rider. And then people they also make up the bulk of the driving population where they move people in from one point to another across the country.
Yes.
You understand? Whether in a free town, whether in an upline, any side.
And then Boku na both safe.
And Boku everywhere. But where they land? When somebody not learn something and don't know the basic foundation, you know get the rules, they do what you feel for do. You understand? I'm not saying that the reason that one day. Okay, now we also come back. So some of the issues I will talk about. One of the issues the way I think I don't know if my brother Lucam is the issue of Public Order Act. It gets a very high number, and for me, I feel to say it's something where the police they indict themselves.
How? In
the report. If you talk for say over 1,500 people and they will get issue with Public Order Act, what are you doing to educate people? Because when the Public Order Act there, so I think they will get for do with education as prevention. You understand? If you the people and they go apply for, let them do forget police clients, for do different issues them. You understand? Whether they do carnival or they do this, you they give them. But when somebody apply for, say they want for make protest, you say no. You they create more anger among people then.
So I think in that light, even go beyond that. Let's take, for example, the way the festive season can come. Or you see the police, they tell you, say, no music after 10. But it's happening. And I could still recall, say, there was this law about no jogging, public jogging. But now it's just so normalized. Go along the beach.
No, it was not the law. That was a decree. It was the law. They're not passing a parliament.
Yes. They're not passing a parliament.
No,
Yes.
Yes, it was just
and since then, the public gathering thing not been today. Yes.
So what do they say? For example, I just want to lash on something we may brother talk also. We're in the issue of the cyber crime. Police not get the capacity for able to get a holistic report on cyber crime. They don't have the capacity.
You mean the manpower?
No, not even the manpower. They don't have the capacity. I go able for tell you for say we get over 50% of police stations they will not get electricity.
Where EDSA not get it?
It's not about EDSA. It's about the not get time. Don't forget about EDSA. EDSA no give lights to wheel the pay light bill. Also police station now where they go for go begin charge government go begin charge for pay, they go talk with the government pay them. Don't forget about that day. Come on inside free trial so go check all the police them and see if they get sustainable lights. You understand? So if you never sustainable lights, how you put your computer on? We get one of the highest number of computer literates in our police and when I former people them. You understand? You get a lot of police officers then who even get degree, not for use computer. Police when they do computerized filing of their case. Where you know the person will not go report a matter and then the lawyer talk for saying, well, send to me the
through digital.
Yes, send to me the statements. Because I don't send them at DPP. That is also Boku up for the post at DPP because they get for say Boku file and say, I'm not going to read today, only wait for. You understand? So if the police get for say they want to talk about cyber, they also have to increase their own capacity in cyber. They don't get that. You understand? Police rely on the mobile companies them for do issues around mobile theft. Where you the police able for buy the software them, create your own system and put on there. Wherein you just get understanding with the mobile company. So when the person counts in IME number, you log the IME number at your system, you receive for this particular IME number and then with this particular company. So the company doesn't go give you a record of that particular IME number. You understand? But police don't get that. What police do we go report? I don't go report when they take me phone. I'm not free for do again at this one. Because I go they say I go the box. Okay, I go with the box because me be happy for some new phone I've been buying. I go with the box. He met me was I check after a week. I check after a week. He said they don't say na orange. Reports. So you talk about the capacity also. So if we know they see cybercrime, because let me tell you what's issue around cybercrime. Cybercrime is also if you have for put into piecemeal, it gets so many issues.
Yes.
One of the things that when we care about cybercrime is the issue about pornography. Is the issue about grooming.
And we're almost there around where anytime you open your social media.
Yes. So even with cybercrime law, I'm not talk about that. You understand? For say what you do. What thing we try for do inside the Child Rights Act, the new one, and for talk for say person not for exposed Peking. Also, we talk for do inside the Sexual Offences Act. I for say somebody not for video picking with any single instrument, but we really get more for what we look at. So like I say in the beginning, I want to commend the police for this bold step of ensuring that they produce a report. You understand? But I also want to call the attention of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, where are the supervising ministry for police. For say, you now have to take these reports, look at these reports, and do a capacity assessment with the reports. You understand? Because several issues in the inside under what they say for say the police will go report and well because in all day. If I talk about issue the way they will report the police. You know how many issues they report the police when the person at the counter? Now the mass the case. Imagine the person at the counter. So no case. In party they can't report in party. Then it tell you say that you can't tomorrow. I go make statement tomorrow. What did they do? They go for a party say don't report you. I'm going to talk to her. You understand? So, but if it's something where that they utilize something where you go there, where they don't log you issue, another person will get the opportunity to see for say, this case I not count some more, and not follow up, and not investigate what happened. So the issue of we taking the police digital, not to only for talk for say, hey, let them give them hotline, let them know. We're going to talk about the operationalizing of digital systems. You understand? Because if we're able for sit down now and call police 999 or 111 and tell them to say they don't report picking on the streets and make a report. Police will get that report today and now by themselves can't investigate. Rather than first I take the picking, I go with the picking, they take the picking, get a medical reports, go to a limbo center, limbo center say we don't lock.
No, I start picking now the evidence you don't tamper with.
Imagine a rape picking on a Friday night. And then you go in Bodon Lock and then work Saturday and Sunday. Then they say no ask the picking. Even me, you go do that day. You go out for do that day. So the issues and the okay, back to what you call we for. We are the issue of crime against women and children.
Yes, that was only quickly, Mr. Kanodekam. You mentioned something where I'm bringing the legal man into. Still in this whole cyber conversation, you say, no, you know, for snap picking, I can still recall the issue of the alleged Bobowe knocking in mommy in aid with Mata Pencil. Now, is it over farm area or so where the woman died? The metal on a corner. I could still recall that. The Bobona underage. Even though allegedly na in commit the crime here, but not underage. So issues like that, I mean, let's use the opportunity again and rob more small part. And I could still recall people are like, oh, they're not for them post the bobo in face. You understand? One na picking, so man they say, oh, society go bash at them. All of those things. Not when them being the victim, them being the perpetrator in this case. How to deal with issues like that, you know? Especially we get this new media now where they dance for we here and there.
Well, I think it's a complex issue because if you let you for say somebody don't do something illegal, there has to be a law, and just like we the other co-panelists in the talk for this cyber crime, the Sexual Offences Act make it very clear, you know, for video or whatsoever. That's and again get some cyber element. You know why the reason why make police secretaries say don't interfere with the evidence, because when you go to court, law, all the police relies on evidence. What the lawyer rely on for the skeletal evidence day. So if you say somebody don't let's say them sexually penetrator, then you don't get any medical report for proof that day, your case is of it never go anywhere. But there are two things where I just picked from Mr. Kano. I was the first one where it talk was very groundbreaking. This is about policy and law. This is driving school. This is driving school. If government really come back again and look at the law, therefore tie up with registration of license, you know so for let them give you license at the SLI they do am?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm asking this question because I don't get much cash, I don't know. So if the SLI they do am, SLI forget accreditation from a organized driving school, registered. Meaning it's a business. So when that business is operational, what do they do?
You create jobs.
It creates jobs, it creates revenue for government, tax. And you get a system wherein everything is systemized, automated. So as they say that you go to driving school and we don't train you the ethics as to see someone can drive in the left lane, you can't other lane.
You know, with that example, I understand not just practicalize and small. Look, take for example this makeup or a dressing thing now we most women are into. You get certain people that don't even go to school, but they can do it perfectly.
So it's all about regulation. Regulate so that instead of government go forget tax for man, then instead go for taking other people. Another thing we spoke about now, we is very key. Now the need for what we call coordination among these various institutions, as you mentioned, the Minister of Internal Affairs, not so.
Yes.
So all of them have come together for arrest crime because arresting crime cannot be left to the police alone. The police could be overwhelmed.
You understand? Just the manpower.
So there's a need for coordinated intervention, including the court, judiciary, we get for then parliament. They forget sentencing policy. They, of course, we get this bill. We don't kind of bill considerations, and then social services. You see this story we talk about this schools. If you watch of late, because government was so hard on them. The perhaps in the past I know the news but some don't hide because first time they're dying. First time it's like let loose, was like although say they get the effects in court because when somebody is being charged now under this National Drugs Act, now for let person get bail so now easy. And considering that a man is presumed innocent until proven guilty, we get challenges as lawyers. So but these are things that we, as a government, as a people, we need for address. But again, yes, the police and the trial, because if people are going not to beat medicine, if you not drink medicine, you are sick, you not go well. So even though the police are getting shortfalls, yet they're important. But again, there's a need for improve on the reporting. So anything they talk so for them, and policy and get for their capacity. Because like cyber, it's strange when I see cyber there.
This could be a wake-up call for them now. But there's definitely gets more assignments for
So that's the thing.
So yes, Mr. Kano, the percentage of women and girls, 9 at the 80% case, not in total, as to how they are being victimized. 44%. That's almost half. Other people say 500,000. Half of it's just few to 50%. And you the in between these two people, mostly the man, and they can cause things why did that? And they can cause them to the woman right? And you're dealing also with children. Your organization, I don't encounter these cases, how I can deal with them, because I get a scenario example one give, but look kickstarts from there first.
Okay, so all over the world, issues of women and children now a very important issue, and then they're also difficult for you to stop because they consider these two groups as vulnerable groups.
Then consider or they are?
Well, when you say then consider, it means they don't look at them and then give them indicators that will make them be vulnerable groups. Yeah. So another tell you not to not vulnerable, because if you say they are all vulnerable, it means you also are vulnerable. You understand? But they consider them, this group, as a vulnerable group. And one of the things that we also need for also understand, then people are also easy for you commit crime to them, because the people that really move with emotion. Yeah. Woman, you not go beat woman if you not be your girlfriend or your wife. You understand? I mean,
you mean by the cases they want to get?
No, what I mean generally. The woman therefore gets very close relationship with you before you come to that particular more of violence issue with them. It's difficult to you see woman at you go beat them.
It can happen.
It will happen, but confrontation will happen. Let somebody mass you, but you want to down. But I tell you what, say then case and day now 1-1. But the issue they come up with boyfriend, girlfriend, man and wife, and brother and sister, they get relationship. Now we talk about.
So even the sexual penetration.
Of course, there's the issue of our sexual penetration. From I'll tell you for say 90% of the cases now people already picking and believe, and they tamper with them.
Okay, so in other words, the violence are close person.
Let me tell you for say the thing is because the people already deal with emotion, then they give you the trust, and then you point the trust. You understand? Because for my woman tell you for say I want you. I don't trust you, tell you for say, okay, this person can take care of me. And then for you begin beat time like a batter. You understand? It means you don't break the trust. For the woman say, I go married to you, I will give you, because married for the rest of your life. I will give you the rest of my life. You understand? And then you go, you know, feed them, you know, they take care of her again, you know, do anything to them. When a part of the thing, and we will make the marriage for you for streets. You understand? And then when it talk, you go beat them, You understand? Pikin when they ask you for bona, but you the bona. And when you bona, you take care of the pikin, other person will take advantage of that particular pikin. The pikin will look you, say you're a teacher, and then you go you tamper with them. Pikin go say the particular boss I mean brother in Paddy. So he go take like a film like your brother. Person go he go tamper with them. Then go left person pikin to somebody, you understand? And then the person will look this pikin, and then he puts finger at this pikin, he penetrates them, you understand? So all of them, I can say for say, these are people we many of the time that the emotion now in really people like can take advantage of, you understand? But let me talk about waiting at the fear of this particular report. When I see the reports, the first question I ask myself now that if police get mine for pool, say 44% of the case the way they get, now issue we get for be with woman and picking them. Then police will get the guts now for talk for say, had 44%, we don't present 50% of the 44% na court. But the other one, that is where also I get forget issue with the report. You understand? Because from the experience, from the FSU reports when they pull every year, from the experience of the FSU reports, there are some categories of crime where they know the charge to go court. You understand? And then crime that I can't really do, like a violence against picking them, like a where they torture picking them, like where then the meat picking they do child labor or other things them. The police and they receive their reports there so they charge and go court. You understand? And you know easily you're gonna court you in trouble in kind of case here. So this going to make up a huge number of the cases that they receive, where they get, you understand? And then at the end of the year, they will report to the case. But also you want to ask the question, are there cases where they receive for picking them? Give a category of the amounts of them we go court. You understand? Not until 2019, where government talk for say the issue of sexual exploitation, now a public emergency, where they get the sexual the Sexual Offences Act review, then put them and get another particular category of police when they talk about sexual offences cases. You understand? So you go tell me for say the case them where they go, most of them are done in the. But also with the sick picking in the cell in the street. Is it not? It's not a crime.
But again, the other salon man go tell you say, if for example, my mama very old, I mean, so no more this papa don't born me, don't like I mention. I'm just giving an example here, Mr. Kano. Like I mentioned, say no to the pikin say for late born me, I not sign up for them. But you have cases like the papa that they left the pikin and give the mama. Maybe the mama sick, maybe the pikin say can come out and can help, you know. So that can sell for me mommy, that can sell for let things go on smoothly.
The beauty of the 2025 Child Rights Act, I think that one of the most sensitive documents they will ever pull for picking them at this world. That is a very, very good act. This act talks also about child employment. It means to say, now they can employ picking, but not to do hazardous job. Yeah? But it also tells you for say, anything really affects the picking in future, whether in education, whether in health, or anything that affects in future, the picking of Odua.
But in the case that the picking go school, and where come out school, they even go sell.
That picking not say for today bona. That picking actually for bona.
So this comes down again to the conversation also don't get say if things are in place. If for example crime go bokuna Eastern because water and lights no day. You understand? If things they in place, I'm not going for born me picking for example. I even want to do half of the old things I did when I was growing up.
No, you don't go one time, but this is something around the world. Let me tell you for say many of them say so in all only thing as Sierra Leone. It is around the world, you understand? And the issue of Sierra Leone be a developing country, it says it's a poor country. You understand? But what would they say? Some of them particular issue there so if they cannot police, then they go to court. You understand? The last time I remember City Council talk for say they will begin for arrested picking away the sellers during school hours. Why not during school hours for arrested picking? Picking up for sellers streets.
I still recall when the 2018 election, that was the flagship program of President's Bill was the free quality education, and I still recall where they would take some picking them as long as they between that 8 to 12 as to why you not go to school. But you don't see again the old water. Go to street today, everywhere they can go and meet up one.
I don't want to politicize it, but that's just one of the crime there. You understand? Move forward. Go to mining communities them. You go see picking already under age 18 we supposed for in school. In a mining site. This particular one is worse because even the Child Rights Act talk for say not supposed for be. You know, for involve picking into any form of mining, whether that's stone mining, whether that's sand mining, whether that's for go do artisanal mining, whether that's for go do MMM, all that things them. You're not supposed for mix no picking day. You understand?
But it's happening even in Sierra Leone.
Are they charging them to court?
It happened even at Salone. I still recall a Ghanaian journalist got in a Stiba, one of the mining areas. He go do investigation. 2 picking underage picking there. In fact, they all 2 die. Now Salonia, just a few months back.
Yes, but this is what we talk about. And the same to talk about this particular 44%. So for me, if we want 40%, we address some particular issues and the several things that has to be done. You understand? What thing will they do? Not to the correct approach. Wherein we just say, hey, the police for take no. We have to come with a preventive strategy we will put into effect rather than for the do for our brigade.
Okay, quick one. So the 44%, you think say is small or a boko?
Well, I don't know what's in all the indicators the way they use. You understand? So I'm not this because now in the highest of the police.
And it go up compared to last year.
Well, issues then they will get for do with woman them, we maybe woman in any reports. You understand? And issues then they woman then they go through with woman to woman themselves, they know they report. So I'm not going to talk for say whether it's supposed for the up pass or it's supposed for the down pass. But one of the things them we I could tell you now that the issue around cases the way they happen to woman them and picking them are something where the government for able for look and study and understand. Like a rating and barrister talk where he say we for able for get inter-ministerial approach. This is one of them. We get a Ministry of Gender and Children Affairs where responsible for women and picking them. If police pull this kind of report, they say supposed for pull a counter report. Not for debunk the police the report. When for we the one the way they work for picking and woman them, we able for sit down now and say, and look, the ministry report is a kind of issue. You understand? Because I tell you something, there are issues of domestic violence and other domestic abuse than they where the Ministry of Gender and Children Affairs they receive, where police they receive. Then police never going to go court. So, outside the synergy, the ministry they give their report to police, or the police they give their report to ministry. We get for ask particular question for know if there is a synergy, because sometimes you go and say the case we're gonna court so it be not come on ministry, so it counts ministry as one case. It go to police, it counts as one case. It go to court, it counts as one case. So one case, it counts as 3 times. You understand?
Yes.
Also, the Ministry of Gender and Children Affairs now one of the least ministry the way they give resources. One of our campaign last year, June 16, we can't been do, and we pull a report. And as for the government asked the ministry, they budget to 2%. This particular report, the ministry for able to take now and defend that particular budget where I can be not for say for 2% because it is show for say this particular area the highest crime. So what we will do, we need for do more education. We need for ensure that we work more collaboratively. Because if issues then they come up with women, let me tell you one thing which make now woman them and Pekin and get the highest. Woman and Pekin make up of 75% of Salon population. Yes, you understand? Just women they make about 51% of the population of this country. And Pekin them we contribute that Pekin and boy Pekin, we put them all together, they make up more percentage of every other person apart from women them. You understand? So if you don't look at this particular thing just because police say the police report my crime, I am looking at it from a developmental microscope when tell you for say we get beaucoup things the way we need for do. You understand? We still get beaucoup picking the way in the streets. Then picking in the where they commit crime, how do they report in crime? Because they don't get us address so. The streets in the when you go to them's already empty. MMM approved school self empty. But you get so many issues the way you for make, because when they call an approved school, that's outside they go for change the Peking mind and other things them. Also only because the Peking commit crime. You understand? But Peking are vulnerable, you also put them and then you put them aside.
Okay.
The Child Rights Act also talk about the issue of child justice. How you they address issues of child justice. That issue we talk about just now is one of the issues that we often still investigate, because we get a statement of a particular issue there.
Okay.
Also just on that issue there, but on several issues them where they don't come with. Let me tell you one thing. When you look at the child justice inside the Child Rights Act, go read about them, and then you go notice for say we need to do half of what's inside the child justice. Yeah, because at the end of the day, if Peking commits an offense, that particular Peking is not a criminal. It's a minor. We get with different way they look at that particular Peking, and then it's taking responsibility for ensuring that they change that particular Peking the way how they behave. When Peking kill person, commits murder, then they take in trial, and they take time for taking trial. You understand? And because now we talk about say the country, they do death sentence, but also they will look at the Peking, they don't get life in prison because they will have to maybe look at how with that situation.
We don't kill, they don't go.
Of course, you don't die, don't down. You understand? But what would they say? Waiting this report, they show when it comes to the issue of child justice. Another thing also we are not able to understand inside this police report. Now the fact is, they're not telling how much Peking and commit offense. Because if you don't have Peking and they commit offense, they're not telling how much Peking and commit offense too. So the number of Peking them, we know say of Peking and woman them are 44%. But the reports not go down for able for canceling for say by this 44%.
So now woman.
2% now they will be offenders, and then the 42% now they will be the one that we are perpetrators them. You understand? So the victims them, we don't know what's a percentage of victim or perpetrators. You understand? So we really need for we able to understand how we attack this particular issue, for we solve them.
So as per understanding, the 44% indicates the one that were victims in this case, as far waiting I understand. Maybe the side we talk say they not tell we the one they are the perpetrators could be the issue. But I bring in the legal man inside. So I mean our laws are so fine, the Child Rights Act. Was I even talk I can always give this example, say you will say for pada Peking migrate for go eat and chicken. They say chef na crime you don't commit. I mean, we got a GIWI Act giving fine laws or making fine provision for women and girls in Sierra Leone. Even Mr. Kano say, in fact, now we get one of the finest laws, But yet, we're getting reoccurrence of things against women and girls. Is it that the law just fine on paper, but the practical reality, now we not set example yet. The kind of say, kill dog before dog, the dog no say die day.
I think the two way I feel say we need to focus on the sociological aspect of this report here. Yeah, just like my colleague raised this issue of where you break down. Perhaps this could help the police then going forward. Because you see the entire report, there is no gender breakdown, there is no categorization as who are the complainants, who are the victims, because woman herself can commit violence against man. But we don't know how many of those offenses have been reported. So if you say they lost them good, yes, they lost them good, but an element for ensure say me and you enjoy peace and whatever on earth. But the thing we're worrying is perhaps we are so, I don't want to use this word, we are so hypocritical. For let you see, say, picking up for sale. Have we ever done, before I talk about that sociological aspect, have we ever done a study as to the status of them picking there, where they sell, their family background? Because if you watch, most of those that are where they go sell, the people don't get money. Somebody born no send pass it. Because somebody born woman belle, hey, the one away. You understand? So you, and so then they did that working more for them became working money became they shall not get. So instead of that became go turn
Yes.
criminal, all they talk about
What
this in
they
court
talk
now.
about.
So when they sell and like get ill livelihood. So if the council say they go arrest them, well let them say file for provide for them. Because if you're not there for provide for them, you don't go arrest them. That is really that is wrong. Sometimes I don't know how we can think we just feel so get every no. Sometimes we are so we are seriously unserious. Sometimes we hope we just talk something there. So let us this is tell you say the state of Sierra Leone, we are still poor. So we are developing. Either we will not get effective. The institutions are there, but for the institution work well. Now money. Now Mr. Kanu talk about the Ministry of
Gender.
Less than 2% of the budget. When you look at the allocation in other ministries, they get
20%, 22%.
Then you wonder then they get for deal with a core element of Sierra Leone's future.
Yeah.
There is now. So sometimes you see, we are not serious ago because these are issues the way not to pass civil society pick them up. They go parliament. These are issues there for look at. When it comes to budget discussion, you go see a fanfare. You know, every parliamentarian wants to be seen. Hey, I don't talk about this, so, but we are not going to the nitty-gritty. So we set ourselves as a nation, even in the media. Now you're sitting there, you're asking all of these questions. But when on a report there, you know, should go after the MPs. When I say they go to parliament, they are not above the law because when it comes to election, they come around and tell you for register. Who vote for them now? They are not accountable to us. No, you know, say for the go meet them. They should. And not some issue now also with Iran. Every now and again, you see the press they after him.
You know,
so that's what we want to see in Sierra Leone.
Why do you bring that? Alpha Khan was here. I told him the same thing. Most times, the rich, they make us say, I even the wonder if the right to access information acts actually the old water.
No, it is there
because
in the law, but
yes, if the old water.
The old water. So
I can call the legal man. He can come. I can call the legal man and say, okay, even if you're not able to come, I can call you, make you input. But sometimes some of these people they're not even accommodating. You can't even answer your call. You go call certain set of people. Nobody not there. They're not field now with the work. For example, the Ministry of Gender, we make attempts for reach out to them. They told us that people are not there, they didn't out in the field and they work.
So I suggest you name and shame them. Because
so these are some of the things.
You name them and shame them. When I call the Minister of what's his name?
Gender and Children.
He or she did not come. Why? So you put the pressure. So the president that would have appointed him or her will say, well, this person, he don't do well from the government too. Perhaps.
And sometimes this is just even get a comes posting.
So when you realize when the minister realizes that somebody is waiting for his position, say if you know they respond to media requests, then they change you. You see them coming here because we need change for Sierra Leone. Because this is all the talk show now. All of this crime. If we do a forensic types of what called status, you go see 90% of the people who are the victim and the complainant now they're rich. We get economic power. So that's another aspect that is missing. So we set ourselves again as Nebona there. We want to help the state. So you call me to this morning, I don't come. That's my own contribution. But some of us, we are not in government places. It's not because we not get the competence, but everybody gets your own drive. So the next thing we need for they come together for ensure say we'll get better laws. We don't go see begin the sell water on the streets. Say the one arrested. You know if you know so then mama no dey.
A mama na physical challenge.
Yes. Then so then papa no dey work. So if you are preventing the child from selling, you are now trying to create more criminal activities. So let government try to create that system where we get a welfare. We money for the go in vain. But I don't want to go into that one for now.
And now, Mr. Kano, they get the kush people. You see a rehab center where they will tell you they have over 400 people where they or where they don't go, they don't come out. So the last time again, the presidential spokesman Alpha Khan. So we had a conversation. He said they're not only going to the rehab center. He said when they're coming out, the government they give them package. And I was like, which package? So then maybe we bring this instance. These are things we do, but sometimes I say which package. So the victims, these kush or drug people, they will also mention say, on another they see them Boko again as state. But today what we see they are involved in, they know they do the smoke again, then they take this tramadol. Even amongst themselves, we've had cases. You saw someone they say, even they already take AK-47. You hear the person say, I'm not agreeing for this man, but forcing himself from me. But outside themselves they go make report. We've had all of these cases. So holistically, since you deal with them, how you can maneuver issues like Dande? If you can get them per se, or even amongst themselves, when the society feel like they're too, then they think the same way, they are both into drugs and all, but yes, you see drug man, they forcing company, but drug woman.
we are going out of what will camper really, but very important. First of all, it doesn't matter if you take drugs or not take drugs. Rape is a crime. Whether the person they take drugs or not, for raper. Whether the person they take drugs, for raper. You understand? So it's a crime. You get what you can refer to as selective justice, wherein somebody who can report, other person not take the report serious. Because they take out for say, this person, he look dirty. This person, he take kush. So even if you can't report, somebody not go for taking report serious. Yeah? And then you get which you will refer to as peer offenders. Understand? You look at like for say they all in at the same category. So let them go solve the case by themselves. You understand? So when you get in a situation in it's also difficult because many a times they know they come out for explain to them. A typical example of the issue then are the which we call night husband of people that when it disables them. They get man they will love them, but after 7 o'clock at night.
I don't know. I'm not.
All right, so
yes.
they get man they will go tell you for say I love you, I want to spend my life with you, but all in a net. The man and then can stand for can't tell you for say I love you. Get Chris man them. You see Chris man they get belly. Somebody rape him, they make it get belly. When I want in the net they do him. You see cripple and disabled and they get belly. But when you ask I go tell you for say now one man who can go lay down and he can go meet me there. You understand? Or now one bobo na him waiting them call within the area and go touch me. You understand? He may not get the confidence for go report. You understand? Because it assumes say stigma the waiter. As he can you wanna cripple, who say you pull belly. Come on ask you understand? So this is also to talk about professionalism of people where they work for people. Understand? You go see Peking go to hospital, go for go see family planning, you can't do my business, and then you also go see so Peking like United family planning. So the one them we get issues with professional response to people that we can take within them. So the issue of people on a push. Then maybe not going to police. Maybe not going to police. You understand? But then they suffer silently. You get lots of people only want to push. People and where they go into entertainment places them, and they drugs them, and then they rape them. Then they even shame for talk for say, hey, why be good at party? And then they go rape me. Because then go be like, what you go at party? If you not to why you don't be supposed to do so and so and so and so. You understand? But this is not so. Let me tell you because somebody go to entertainment place, if you go rape her. So like I say, that's some of the issues there. Go back to this report. Back to this report. We really interested for able to know more about the case system. We therefore involved with picking them. You understand? And how then case them we know to sexual offenses cases then they treat them. You understand? Because now if you go to the juvenile court, I'll tell you for say every 10 cases we then call, if not to murder, now wounding, if not to wounding, now SP.
With no SP.
Sexual penetration.
What about larceny?
Of course, they did popular. But what about the case them we picking the report in company picking? Minor to minor. You understand? What will they do on the issues and they? When we check the 2022 FSU reports, over 45% of the SP that will be happening have been PR SP. When have been minor to minor. 16 year rape 14 year, 14 year rape 12 year, and 13 year rape 13 year. All of these kind of things then. And this is something where it worries some, because if that picking they don't fit to say now only way I rape woman, now I will get pleasure. You understand? At that age, then you raise a pedophile. Because even when you go on big, you go describe for rape picking them, we are small picking them. So we not get a pedophile list. And that is one thing we, my organization, don't ask police for the last 5 years. You need a pedophile list.
Yeah.
The reason why you need a pedophile list, and for the same kind of reports there also. So you go know somebody when a multiple offender. Because you go see this man who rape this speaking, and count in case now, so the reporter, he run away, he go na boo, he go report a picking and go back. There was a particular instance where we get na Moyamba, where this bobo, he be around 14 or 15 years, he give away a village. When he give away a village, they put on a village and say, okay, because I don't give belly, let him move so he go for continue school na Moyamba town. When he can Moyamba town, he give 2 belly back.
King Solomon.
You understand? Now this is not about the issue of we laughing at this particular
Yes, no,
thing.
yeah, it's true.
But the mere fact you don't give belly, you don't give one person belly, or you don't rape one person, a name for the inside the pedophile list. And that pedophile list, they therefore make an legislator. So that if you see any new woman or new man in your community, because you also have female pedophiles. You know that?
Yes.
So
you get so many women themselves where they are victims of that.
Yes. So if you see a stranger come at the community, you're able to go online and check if this person in name did as a pedophile, in picture did as a pedophile.
We ready for that day as a country?
Of course, this they happen in other countries then. This is not also something where this is something where the states they do for help protect and picking them. We don't ask for this pedophile list from so many times. But police
and yet not even in the report.
Well,
the Prime Minister Master say even the cybercrime not in the report.
It's not for good in the report, because we talk about the issue of pedophiles, you understand? And something where you go only put somebody in a pedophile list after they don't go to court trial.
That's you're quite correct.
So now the one way they don't charge, and if the police follow up on the cases there now, and say the particular person they get them convicted and guilty, so in name for the inside, so that when they can report say, hey, one man we old 42 years, he get one pikin and done that street, the first thing they want to know, with my name. Once they get a name, then they know if there's somebody who done one before. You understand?
But the same name them.
No, well, because you get fingerprints and other things then. But let me tell you what's the danger behind all this. It means we they continue when somebody don't commit crime, and then put them up, he go come back, a name go clean, say he never commits crime. A name go clean, say he never commits crime. When we get the prison break issue, where the prisoners they run away, one of the most difficult things for do, and before able to arrest the prisoners then. Because we don't get a system where they keep them digitally for say this person not commit crime before. So when you say in a community, you go for ask and write name or all that things then. Even if you change the name, you understand, but you go for no certain things then bottom. So some of this particular this report is a golden treasure if we want for able for say we address issues of crime in Sierra Leone. That's something where now a beginner we go give you the ideas. Because tell you what, these two people they talk about say, hey, we're waiting the police go do now they don't do this report. Police is a law enforcing agency. Not so they make this law. Not so they're responsible for preventing the law. Then for where you go and hold you. And the primary role where they get as in the country. So now how the one they now suppose for able for collaborate with the police and ensure that they prevent them, and then they work and they get a particular question for say Ministry of Gender Affairs. Waiting on they do for ensure that this police particular report will not be so next year. Ministry of Internal Affairs, waiting on they do for ensure that on help the police them so that they will able for improve on the reporting. So other people then they were supposed for answer. You understand? And other people then they were supposed for do things them. Like I said, me only challenge the one report, one of the challenges I get. That issue we talk about public order. Okay, you understand it? And I don't know what's public order crime. Because now you see, say, when they use the Cyber Act for all you when you do something when a political issue, and we tell you for say you don't go against the Cyber Act and a public order issue, you don't cause dispute or that thing there. Yes. But now you the reporter, we see make up of them crime there so. We really want for no. Because at the end of the day, if you give clearance for the person make streets party, but you need to give clearance if person say we get issue with so and so thing, we want to demonstrate against them people there so you say no, I need give clearance for that day. Don't forget to politically. Even if you go now for say, oh, we the workers the way they work at this particular television station, we're not happy with management, so we want to demonstrate, but they waiting for police clearance. When they say, come, we don't write and then look and they say, well, we look at and the way we look at them, we're not going to control the security situation, so no good clearance. So all of these things. So if you try for say you publicly declare for say issues and they happen with public order, then you also therefore come back and look at what thing you they do in terms of when they come for clearance. Because they're meeting you for clearance because they want to provide security. But if you say already give you because I'm not sure person on go able to do and peacefully, then what is your own job? When you job now for protect life and property.
All right, Mr. Master, where they go now? In a nutshell, what you want for left with?
Well, the report, as you say, is good, and I mean, it exposed a lot of things there. But as it tells you, crime is on the increase. But it creates opportunities also for capacity building. As for law change with policy, for law coordinate the relevant institutions then, for ensure say Salon is better for all. I mean, all is not lost. You imagine we are sitting down here quietly, no miss and not the camp you. I mean, we should be very grateful.
Iran, they don't go talk that day.
Yeah, when I Iran or Saudi Arabia, now also in the place, tomorrow in the place.
Yes.
Perhaps you don't even know whether bomb for camp for don't you. So for us in Salon, we should be grateful. Notwithstanding, while the police can do more, but government also therefore help them. We need to see next year a drop in this crime. Then also that cyber where all people are for has to be reported now. Then for the breakdown, the gender, and you talk about the picking them. I mean the categorization.
Yes.
Now we aim for know exactly which interventions will be done. I think that's my own view.
All right, it's a pleasure having you on board. Ina Moses, Master Esquire, private legal practitioner, and also Hassan Fuad Kano, Executive Director, Youth and Children Advocacy Network. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. So now we kickstart with the second segment of the show. As we go take with tech news from Hassan Nito Fofana. I started tell you, but if you don't tell me the part one of how hackers then can track or endanger people, bankers, when they get money. I want for using the ordinary bankers them. Who get money in a bank? Mohamed Bake Kamara shot it.
London. So if you seize your data, if you encrypt it, they ask for a huge amount of money. So at the end of the day, now they can run somewhere. So we are in some people are not even know how for negotiate hackers and where they don't get the data. So this and the other way this who hackers and target people in a bank or they target financial institutions there who very bad. Why this they happen? Because banks then can get big mistake they wouldn't do will be saying no train their staff. Most banks they not train their staff on cyber awareness and some tricks. How for protect yourself, how for protect from the system, how for guide yourself, how for work for safe environment in the bank and outside. Most banks need to train their staff them for do training for they aware the latest cyber threat or logic who hackers can use for enter the system. which is very bad. So by that, it also they create an inside threat, which are the other problem, because if you not train his staff, you not make his staff aware of the latest cyber threats, what will happen? You don't get an inside threat. And inside threats is more dangerous than anything. It's more dangerous than anything. So these are some of the ways in this so hackers can enter banks easily without any notice. By the time I remember, then they don't done. What's the other way also? How hackers they enter bank in a very simple way through money laundering. Through money laundering. That's not a very big topic. Normally, what I get for explain as times go on would be say some banks say lots of people do criminals they do money laundering and then banks say, oh no, even aware say money laundering they go. But sometimes the bank not like the bank not know. Now the knowledge not know. The knowledge not they at all for letting able aware or the conscious say money laundering they go. So this answer way this also when he enter the system would be say he very tricky. Then also poor awareness. Poor awareness is also other way those hackers can enter banks. Because most times the tellers then, when they call the ambassadors of banks, what they did before, not understand nothing more cyber. So and the banks they can just take it easy with them say, then I just tell us then I just bug tellers there, not supposed for no cyber threats. And then one day then at the front line. So once you not get awareness, then na a problem. So normally cyber criminals then can use them for get information from them for they able enter at the bank. Imagine one bug teller or phone teller say they pay on 2,000 or 3,000. Then hacker call and say, dear, I want information from you. I get $2,000 from you for you. If you give me this information, I will give you that day. Believe me, if you that teller, they pay on 2,000, 3,000. The hacker go tell and say they give on $3,000, $4,000. He wants information. They leak information. So why this thing happen? Because of what thing? Poor salary and awareness. No, most of the institutions there. So this also can lead most times so bankers then can get exposed from hackers there. Would then serve then the big one and okay aware. So these are some of the ways in this how hackers then can enter through banks for thief na money slowly where you don't know. And when they can thief them money there also, then they tell the people because then tell the people na problem for them. So thank you. God bless you.
How hackers then can target bankers? Danabi engineer Hassan Nito Fofana give you the second part of that conversation there. Now into the sports world. I mean, a lot that happened in the international scene. I saw a post yesterday that reads, Senegal is making history. I just imagine somebody give you sweet, it take them back now you earn and give you bang bang. So lots don't they happen. We see a CAF door in conclusion saying that they will take the cup from Senegal and give it to Morocco. And for the first time, from what we get so far, the president for the CAF Association actually said something. Let's quickly get that video and we will come back.
I've been informed of the ruling by the CAF Appeals Board concerning the appeal by Morocco relating to the AFCON Morocco 2025 final match. And I previously expressed my extreme disappointment with the incidences that took place at the final match. And the important thing of what happened on that final match is it undermines the good work that CAF has done over many, many years to ensure that that there's integrity, that there's respect, that there's ethics, that there's governance, as well as credibility of the results of our football matches. The occurrences, those incidences, at the final match of the AFCON Morocco exposes is the work that we are still dealing with concerning the suspicion and distrust. It's a legacy issue. When I became president, one of the major concerns was the impartiality, the independence, and the respect of referees and match commissioners. And a lot of good work has been done, but there continues to be suspicion because it's a legacy issue. It's something that has been there for many years, and we consistently deal with that because that's critically important. Another important matter that these incidences at the final match brought to the fore is the independence and the respect of our judicial bodies. In choosing the members of our judicial bodies, we followed a different path, different from what had been the case before. We invited each member association and we invited every zone, the 6 regional areas or the 6 zones in CAF, to give us names of respected judges and respected lawyers, because it is important that the decisions of our disciplinary board, the CAF disciplinary board, and the decisions of the CAF appeals board is viewed with the respect and integrity that's very important to us. So if you look at the composition of those bodies, they reflect some of the most respected lawyers and judges on the continent. And but we will still have to deal with this, with the perceptions and the concerns about the integrity. It's an ongoing issue. We are very clear at CAF that we are enormously committed to ensure that not only in terms of what we do, because we've implemented best practices. We've identified judges and lawyers from every region, from every zone, from the 54 countries in Africa, to make sure that these are people who have integrity and have a track record, and partly the independence is reflected by the decisions that were taken by the 2 bodies. The CAF disciplinary board took one decision. The CAF appeals board took a totally different position. And I'm told that Senegal is going to appeal, which is very important. Every one of the 54 nations in Africa have a right to pursue their appeals and their advance interests, not only at the highest level in Africa, in CAF, but also the highest body, which is the CAS. And we will adhere and respect the decision that's taken at the highest level. A critical factor is that not a single country in Africa will be treated in a manner that is more preferential or more advantageous or more favorable than any other country on the African continent. We take what has happened at the final match in Morocco during the AFCON, the Total Energies CAF Morocco 2025, we take it very seriously. And we have already started with very important steps to make sure that those areas which have been identified as deficiencies and where there's need for improvement, that the necessary resolutions are passed. We have very high standards that we set for ourselves. It is important for us that ordinary football supporters and spectators in every one of the 54 countries in Africa, in their judgment, not in CAF's judgment, not in my judgment, regard the decisions of our judicial bodies as fair, with integrity and impartiality, and what is equally important, that they regard our referees, our VAR operators, and our match commissioners as people who are fair and just, and those decisions that are taken reflects the impartiality and independence that's critically important.
The president of CAF, they say they play. Well, we're sitting and watching history happening. We wait for this morning from a post from the Senegal president putting it down and the AFCON Cup 9 table, which they send different wave of messages there. But wait for see what thing will come out, whether the Senegal government go ask for a petition, whether they go further investigate, whether they go hand over the cup. It's going to be a very interesting ride in the football world. But however, for the entertainment corner, I got with me the biggest daddy in the house. Good morning, big daddy. He always gets energy. So yes. I can take Tewa the introduction. Good morning, big daddy.
Good morning, Ravi. And of course, viewers, good morning and welcome to the entertainment segment here on Slik Television. Me, now Big Daddy, and starting here with Joe Boy and Wizard. Of course, the long-awaited EP winner, the Agaba romantic EP, is out now officially, and Yusef can go out and check, you know, some of the song there. Of course, you know, it's been long we had something from Joe Boy. And away from Joe Boy, let's get into the next story, of course, winner Ashake. So a manager, of course, recently don't come out and say he want Fole Ashake be the very first African artist for performing at the moon. Well, I don't know how you want to achieve that.
See, people have been going to the moon before.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be surprised.
So I don't know how you want to do that performance. Is it that you have to take the people to the moon?
Or maybe they go perform there, they call them for you counter.
Yeah. But whatever the case here is, you know, this came by just after a documentary. You know, Ashake spent more than 3 years in LA. So when he come back Nigeria, and while it's on the interview, it make him very clear, say whatever he need for do, whether na movie, whether na advert or anything, but in just one for put Ashake na that particular height there. Well, that's what a manager does, you know, making sure you act always the
brand for set the pace, so that's all that
not the thing. So I mean, it's really good. I don't know. You don't say female manager them really you see with skid and manage.
I don't tell you say
this is I don't know. Man.
What a man can do, a woman can do better. So just no more now.
No, let's skip that side. But anyway, so let's continue. We're moving on. Of course, we want to talk about now we they play. Yes, now we they play. So Z Nation and SOYSO. The Mr. Heat. Right now, SOYSO, I mean, they give me back to back. And Bernard, of course, he always there for give me, I mean, so SOYSO decide for drop in verse on this one. I mean, just they give me the inch say, tomorrow when I pray the day. Of course, we get time. Let's get into a quick one.
You know, sabi figure. I see you get voodoo, but inside a mixture. But all the day I make up, then no post the picture. Sabi score the goal. They like you different tights. Man, they talk about blackout. When me they enjoy lights. I beg no call my Siri. When we they talk about heights. I enter the pitch, hour the player make me coachy bet. Man of the match, SO the score. The game not come by fate. I kick a score at dribble. Two border fly like eagle. They say go buy fine player. You gon' go cha cha cripple. Mighty Blackpool. Now we they play East Lion. Now we they play Bowling Jazz. Money they spray FC Calon. Now we they play. Now we they
play. Not talk or not call Masiri when we they talk about height.
Well, you know, say gets me Big Daddy. Say, we don't talk about blackout, but then get light. Hey,
Black hat.
Let's show me the way.
Anyways, I mean that's SOYSO. Of course, now we they play. So let's wait tomorrow Friday. Of course, the song will be officially out. Now let's go straight up to Pete Wizzy. Of course, you know Pete Wizzy has been part of the Black Leo family. Yes, I mean the relationship and everything. We don't know whether he has been signed officially, but it don't deal with them. It don't deal with them. So now Pete Weezy and Wilshire Baby decide for jump on the SL Vibe. Come on now. If CEO don't jump, why then?
Well, I mean.
So then decide for bring something for we. I mean, this is kind of classy, you know. When I watched the videos, I was like, you know what? I need for share with my fans. So let's get into this one. Quick one. The SL Vibe, I mean, it don't take another turn. So let's see what these guys did with the...
Searching for you, you know go broke. On bout yourself and say why now you foolish, try to get for swag. Enjoy yourself and go there, better one no one knows to know. Searching for you know go broke. On bout yourself and say why now you foolish, try to get for swag. Enjoy yourself and go there, better one no one knows to know. Tomorrow's no promise. Tomorrow's no promise.
I wonder why then they hate us. They working hard to replace us. All the block for them blockers and see we soul in the shadow. Cause if you test this thing and see when you blood you will swallow. Oh yeah, and then I left comes as I throw the kid left comes.
All right, that's Pete Weezy, Wilshire Baby. Of course, Alma is on the beats right there, and as you can see, the room getting tension. So I don't know, but let's wait and see what this final product would be. And moving away from this guy with the SL Vibe thing, and let's talk about visionary lead Leeman. Of course, Leeman just posted this, and it's very worrisome. So Leeman he post say one of the biggest rapper has been mentioned on a matter related to availing fraud with evidence, and I am pushing the matter too. They say so. The investigation will go on, but the thing here where the biggest rapper, well, we just the thing.
One of.
We are not mentioning any name. One of the biggest rappers. So I don't know, but you think, but whatever the case might be, we just hope say. I mean, this is not what we're thinking.
You hope say back na prank.
Yeah.
But
coming from the force, come on, it can
so.
never be. It's too deep for Len Camp. So finally, this morning here, yesterday, of course, Association of the Producers of Engineering, where the president was there, and they meet with SIBA. According to them, SIBA say, the one for say he pushed them. We say they pushed them, we don't know. Well, more details have not been revealed concerning this meeting, but I will tell you for free, say Lord Moore was very excited, and he say, the minister say they pushed them up, and they want to give them a voice. So whatever will be happening from this particular one, we want to know. You know, say recently, Lord Moore done do some moves, and I don't know, but I think the only side way we know they see, why we know they see more of the office of the entertainment ambassador co-lining with these guys. Does it mean say the office they under? Because whatever they do, you remember the case where they go to the peace talk with the boys them and the engineer. They don't call the entertainment. I don't know whether they did, but there was nobody for say a represent from that office. And question we are asked, if you don't go do a peace talk and you know so we get somebody will govern the entertainment, why we not see anything like from whatever it is?
Maybe the engineer is a Tonangi. You know the whole it's invite, we get issue that look the kind way you letterhead. I could still recall Lord Mo was there. Look the letterhead.
Yeah.
We were not formally invited. All of those things. So maybe, but notwithstanding that, maybe they also reach out and all go. But seeing the minister coming into
a whole lot and too much discussion has been going behind the scene, and now we don't see some movement.
Now see government people don't enter now.
But it is what it is. But anyway, Fambulem, of course, that's all we have for you here this morning. I just want to say tomorrow pretty and have a lovely day. You know now as the be a big daddy. Tata. Thank you, Big Daddy. Now we'll take a flight schedule for tomorrow. After that, the James cameraman will join us here for the headline review. Aska Airlines flight KP023 will depart from Banjul, stopping in Freetown at 8:05 a.m. Accra and finally arriving in Lome at 8:45 a.m. At 1 p.m., Aska Airlines flight KP042 will take off from Lome, stopping in Freetown at 3:55 p.m. and arriving in Banjul at 4:35 p.m. Also at 1 p.m., Aska Airlines flight KP040 will depart from Accra and head to Freetown. At 1:30 p.m., Brussels Airlines flight SN241 will take off from Freetown, make a stop in Monrovia, and land in Brussels at 7:55 p.m. At 2:30 p.m., Kenya Airways flight KQ510/11
will depart from Nairobi, stopping Accra at 5:30 p.m. and arrive in Freetown at 6:30 p.m. These flights will then head back to Accra and return to Nairobi. At 4 p.m., Air Senegal flight HC213/4 will leave Dakar, arrive in Banjul at 6:55 p.m. and continue to Freetown at 7:50 p.m. Finally, at 8 p.m., Air Peace flight P4776/1 will depart from Freetown to Lagos, arriving at 11 p.m. with a final arrival at 11:40 p.m. Yego for Sido inside board Bele, Lagos Kegigo Safo. James Caramana is here with us this morning for take us through the headline review. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Rabi, and good morning to Fambude and house. And so, quick one. Yesterday, with the All People's Congress Party, don't threaten, say they will stage a peaceful protest if Sylvester Alpha continue for the as ECSL chairman and also the chairman for Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. And I talked this yesterday in the party office in Brookfields, where Usai, the Secretary General for the party, Lansana Doumbia, may make this statement where he talk about, say, the party could cease participation in any governance activity and also call on all elected APC officials not for work with government, especially the council and parliament, and say until government theory then plea. So we could just listen to waiting Amy Sok at the press conference yesterday, and then we'll come back.
Several formal communications from the APC remain unanswered. Key commitments relating to legislative reforms and oversight mechanisms are outstanding or taken out of context in the proposed constitutional and legal reforms. An essential documentation necessary for meaningful participation has not been provided. The roadmap developed by the support secretariat of the tripartite committee was abandoned by the government immediately the report was presented to the president. The roadmap clearly provided a bipartisan approach to implementation. Instead, the government went ahead to appoint a steering committee dominated by its own institutions.
The government chief negotiator has refused to engage since the first meeting with his APC counterpart on 10th October 2025, and all action points remain outstanding, including his refusal to acknowledge receipt and respond to the correspondence from his counterpart. His Excellency President Madabio has also refused to meet with the leadership of the All People's Congress to listen to our concerns. Key recommendations have been ignored, delayed, and taken out of context. The APC has taken a position on this important breach of trust by the government and calls for both sides to discuss and agree a workable solution to the impasse. The ECSL, which is central to many of these recommendations, is also not responsive. The ECSL has refused to uphold minutes of the Political Parties Liaison Committee (PPLC) meeting and actions on its website for transparent electoral process in accordance with Recommendation 42. It has failed to implement the recommendation that the two largest political parties to serve as co-chair of the PPLC. The ECSL has also delayed the validation of key technical studies supported by the development partners on voter registration, election result management, and related policies. This is a blatant subversion of the reform process. We firmly reject provisions in the constitutional amendment bill that grant the president power to appoint members to the search and nominating committee for electoral commissioners and the chair of the political party registration commission. This directly contravenes tripartite committee recommendation 36, which aims for an independent and impartial appointment process. Our position is principled, lawful, and anchored in our duty to defend democracy. We will continue to pursue all constitutional, lawful, and peaceful means to ensure that the voice of the Sierra Leonean people is neither suppressed nor subverted. We therefore, as I've said earlier, serve this notice both to the government and to the international community that the responsibility for the collapse of this process rests squarely on the shoulders of government who have chosen unilateralism over dialogue and manipulation over reform. And urgently call on our development partners to facilitate an immediate high-level joint review meeting between the APC and the government to address these critical concerns. In view of these firm positions, we conclude as follows. The APC will not return its elected officials to Parliament and local council until Mr. Edmond Alpha, who is an accomplice to the 2023 dispirited elections, leaves office and the government demonstrates credible commitment to the implementation of the Agreement for National Unity and the Tripartite Committee recommendations. Should the government choose to disregard our legitimate concerns, the APC will stage a nationwide peaceful demonstration.
That's the voice of the APC Secretary General, Lansana Dubia Esquire, we make in his statement. But that statement today and other activities that we the APC talked about at the press conference yesterday, we could debate on more in the afternoon in the headline review, come the afternoon, Slik afternoon headline review. Again, yesterday we see a press release come out from the ECSF chairman. That you don't invite the APC to a party, APC party to a meeting in office. So a give time range when they will meet in office between the 23rd of March, when our next Monday, to the 10th of April. So it give a long range of time where the APC go make up their mind for meet with them. Yeah, so the purpose of the reason we make you want meet with them, according to them, say they want for share in vision with the APC party. So it can find for make them meet according to them. But the question people they ask now whether this call timely or whether that the ECSA chairman is supposed to make this call. What will be the benefit of this call? Will the APC heed to this call? All this you will know in the afternoon session of the headline review, where I will bring an analysis of full analysis from and we hear from the APC perspective what they think about the invitation from the ECSA chairman. Now we bring the headline review come to you this morning. My name is James Kamamane.
Thank you very much, James, for always joining us in the morning. It's a pleasure having you on board. And thus, today's Thursday, and today we go end the segment today's show breakfast this morning here. Keep in mind, say you go join us on Facebook at Slik TV, website, YouTube, and all our social media handles. Plenty thank you to we guests them who make onto the studio this morning, to the camera operators and the production team, ensuring we bring the show to you. Tomorrow is Prede Gala. I don't foresee Net Gala, na Prede Gala. We're ready to see the beautiful dresses of you. It don't take you precious time and give to the holy month of Ramadan. I mean, praise the Almighty Allah. You know, we can't wait to see what people will put out tomorrow. And thus to pray that the Almighty will accept all those fasting and prayers we did throughout the holy month of Ramadan. Have a lovely and wonderful day. Until next week, I am Rabia Tumansay.